What is up? And welcome to another week of the Popculture Jungle, where we talk about anything and everything we want related to pop culture. Tonight's superhero night, apparently, because we're going to talk a lot about superheroes. And joining me this week, as always, is my co-host Justin.
Hello, I like superheroes.
Yeah, this is really a your week.
Yeah.
So like I said, we're talking about that. We're going to be first starting off with talking about some numbers updates for movies that have come out, plus the Thunderbolts, because we got to compare that. And then I'm going to let you start debating it and thinking it. We're going to also give our ballpark projections for box office weekend.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure the math out, and this movie is so funky that I am having the hardest time figuring this one out.
Yeah.
Then our next main topic we will be going, Justin and I are going to pretty much be boxing it out, discussing stuff that came out about the Fantastic Four movie, which is in reshoots again. So we'll check that out. And our final major topic, and that's going to be pretty much a good chunk of this video. Disney Destiny had a showing yesterday because they've been doing it. Well, because they invite all the creators and such out onto the Wish.
Oh, okay.
So they're using the Wish as its backdrop to kind of show how it's going to be.
Yeah, makes sense.
So we're gonna talk about that.
Oh, where are we squeezing One Piece in?
Oh, right, One Piece review. That'll go at the end. That goes
Okay.
until the end of the episode.
Okay.
It's a 2-second update. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's not really much to talk about. Anywho, getting into it. We're going to start off over at Cosmic Book News. Marvel Thunderbolts projected to flop worse than Brave New World.
Okay.
If the box office tracking estimates are anything to go by, Thunderbolts looks to be in trouble, even worse than Captain America Brave New World, which bombed and is among the lowest grossing MCU movies. We've been looking at this. We have those numbers up again. We will look at it again, but that is a very accurate statement. Thunderbolts tracking is in line with Eternals and Shang-Chi, both of which finished at around 400 million worldwide gross, which was not good. The tracking also shows Thunderbolts could have the second worst opening of all time. So it looks like, based on their information they have found, and this is everything I'm finding also, it does look like it's going to be on the lower end of the, moneymakers for Marvel, but it's not going to be as low as Cap, but it might open lower than Cap. And I think there's good backing to that. What are the box office estimates? So we get estimates via THR and Box Office Pro. According to THR, Thunderbolts is currently tracking with the box office between 63 million and 77 million, with a target number of 70 million. The Box Office Pros is giving a greater range of 65 to 85. Now, for retrospect, we got it right there. The box office weekend, which would have been Valentine's weekend, that would have been the 21st, yeah? Because Valentine's Day was the 14th.
Yeah, no, it opened on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so box office weekend, I need to look at, hold on. I need a calendar. I got a calendar right in front of me. February. Okay, so the weekend office, so it's the 14th is the one we're looking at, was 842. So based on these two groups, it could potentially, based on Box Office Pro, get just above it, or it's going to end up below it. Now, we have been reviewing, and tomorrow night will be the final episode for the season, Daredevil, which has been fantastic, in my opinion. Well, really good. We're not going to get it fantastic yet. It's really good. And that, on the Nelson charts, never charted. I've been watching it every week, trying to see if we can pull it forward. It's never charted. It's never hit the charts once.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're closer to the 65-ish. I'm giving it 70. I'm going to go a little bit narrow, 65 to 70. My gut is saying that's where it's probably going to come in at. I don't think it's going to bomb as bad as Snow White because Disney cannot have another film bomb that bad. Even if they're using marketing budget to go buy tickets themselves to make it not bomb as bad in the box office weekend. I'm thinking 70 million. I do think, however, based on everything I'm seeing for people's hype about it, I think we will see a longer run with it. And we'll see a bigger return. Not a bigger return. It's not going to pass the opening weekend, but a more consistent return.
Yeah.
After
I was gonna say, like, a lot of this movie I think is going to be word of mouth because they're not showing a lot of this movie. A lot of the trailers have just reused the same 4 shots, right? Which I think that's a good thing for what plot they're playing with and what they're adapting here. And what else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, when fans were asked like what movie are they most excited for before Cap came out. It was between Cap, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four. Thunderbolts was always the most receptive.
So your opening weekend.
Oh, you want me to guess?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think we're going to be in line with Cap, maybe a little lower.
Oh, so you're predicting the 80s.
I'm predicting 80. Yeah, I'll go with 80. 90. I'll match Black Widow.
Now, that's why I was scrolling down, trying to see if they had this. The movie supposedly is going to cost about upwards to about 200 million. 200 million is really where Disney's coming in at the base price of their movie, so that makes sense to me.
Yeah, and from what we've heard, there wasn't a bunch of reshoots for this one either.
No, but there is a bit more extensive stunt work.
Yes, because that is. I think this movie is going to do well with actual cinema fans more so than Marvel fans, because the way this movie is shot from trailers alone, I think looks good.
That'll be fun. I'm you know me, I'm not excited for this movie. I'm finding more and more people who are, which I'm surprised by. Most of the time it's because of Yelena, and that's it. That's the only part they really care about seeing.
I mean, like, I'll be honest. This movie was announced before I got like super into Marvel, right? And I was like, we'd seen the lineup. I was like, why are we making this movie?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why is this a thing? And like, honestly, from a casual standpoint, I can see why you would think that way.
Yeah. My problem is right now, Marvel has very much ran its course, and there's so much fatigue in the market, and we've gotten so much slop more consistently. Everybody is probably going to look at, on more of the casual side, that this is just another cash grab, just using the Marvel tag.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think it's going to be more consistent than Cap was. Cap had a pretty hard fallout. It had a couple good days, but it just sat in the theaters forever just to go ahead and make its money. And even at that point, it's still in theaters now, and it only got to domestically 200 million.
Yeah.
Like this movie broke even at most.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to do better than Cap. but there is going to be something that's still going to be causing problems for it. Do you know what that is?
Nope. I don't think so.
Superhero movies is more commonly a guy to kid atmosphere. The Minecraft movie is a guide to kid atmosphere. It is right now. She is coming lower than what they expected on the high end because the theaters are having problems. Straightforward is the biggest issue with the movie.
I personally, the meme has run its course at this point. We did see like a huge jump though, right? Like it only had a 64% fall off, which that's not awful.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna have.
I don't think it'll be because like it'll be a month into its run at that point though.
Yes, Minecraft will be a month into its run.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if Thunderbolts is going to be enough to drive people to the theater.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be enough to pull people who are going with their kids and such from, instead of going to Minecraft, going to that, because again, people are waiting for Minecraft to calm down, so they're not going to crazy theaters. I don't know if this movie has enough to breathe on its own. Unless you watched Black Widow or Hawkeye, you really don't know Yelena. Bucky's in it, but Bucky's in everything, as you put it for several weeks now. So cool. Why should I go pay to go see this? It's going to be on Disney Plus in 2 months. It's going to be longer than 2 months, but that I'm talking normie.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. There we go. And then, I mean, who else in this movie does a normie care about?
Maybe John Walker, honestly.
How many normies watched the Captain America show? Because that really didn't do well in the numbers.
I don't know then.
Yeah, that's my thing.
I know.
There's nothing really to pull it. But talking numbers, again, we don't know actual financials of the Walt Disney Company. We just know based on what we've seen in the past and projections based on that. We're going to go easy numbers because I prefer easy numbers and say the movie cost $200 million because we know it's in that realm. That's a realistic piece. Marketing on these movies normally is half the budget. So we add another $100 million. That's $300 million. Theaters take half on average. So that brings us to $600 million. Does it cross that mark?
600. Where'd you get 600 from?
Movies 200.
Yeah.
Marketing's 100.
Yeah.
Theaters take half. Meaning the movie has to sell 600 million to break back to even.
Oh. I don't know, it could. I think it can. But I don't know if people want to see this movie. That's the biggest thing.
And I all honesty think there was more of a want for Cap than the Thunderbolts. Even on the fan bases, there's more fans of Captain America than there are of the Thunderbolts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and again, I think Cap is really what's going to hurt Thunderbolts and also in the long run.
Yeah. Because
you're going to have the fans who went ahead and, gave that last shot to Marvel and went to go see Cap, and it's mid at best. It wasn't good. I think we gave it a 4 out of 10.
No, we were higher than that.
It was either a 5 or a 6, and it was a very middle of the road.
It was like a 6.
It's very forgettable. I mean, I expect, though, it'll be better than this. Like, it has to be better than this.
Anything is.
If it is not better than this, we've seen the end of the Walt Disney Studios company, because straightforward, they should just close up shop and call it a day. That's horrendous. But the good thing, we now get to use that as the bottom of the barrel to go ahead and talk about Lilo and Stitch in a month.
Oh yeah,
and we get to do the predictions based on whatever figure it gets to. I think it's going to maybe get to 190 at this point. I mean, its steam is plummeting. We can predict how fast we think Lilo and Stitch is going to beat it overall. At this moment, the total number box office at 182. I give Lilo and Stitch. Where's Minecraft? Where's Minecraft? Minecraft was. I give Lilo and Stitch the opening weekend, and it will pass it.
Oh yeah.
Any other things to comment in on the numbers and your thoughts?
No.
That release is the 2nd.
May 2nd.
Go to today. Where are we at?
Today is the 15th.
Today is the 15th. So I imagine you probably work the afternoon, evening on the 3rd.
I should have my schedule soon, because I have the schedule for the previous week.
Okay. So more than likely that video will be that stream. We always do them as streams because we just shout our opinions at each other and fight it out. Will be on the 3rd, sometime probably noonish. We're not going to go to like AMC or anything for this, right? We're just going to go to Harkins.
No, there is no Regal collab this time with Rivals, unfortunately.
That doesn't surprise me.
Rats.
Well, hold on. Okay, so we're going to step into our next topic, which is coming from WDW, talking about, again, how we've been making this comment of Walt Disney World, of course, not nervous at all about Epic Universe.
Mm-hmm.
But I want a little side tangent. I had on my Twitter, and I did not take a screenshot of it. I should have taken a screenshot of it. I had a creator-ish. He's been on channels. I don't know if he has his own channel kind of situation. Okay. Go crazy like the weekend or the days after the influencer Epic trip, going off about how people are so crazy and so stupid because Disney and Universal in Orlando don't compete.
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
And I'm just like, broski, I don't know what in the world you're on, but calm down. In case you don't know, the Walt Disney Company and Universal Studios in Orlando and out here very much are in direct competition. Miraculously, when Eisner came in and Universal had announced Universal Studios Orlando, within a year, MGM Studios at Walt Disney World opened. And it opened up before Universal Studios. Coincidence? No, that is not one. But to go ahead and back up our whole statement, excellent close. That's how I didn't want to close. WDW news today. Disney Plus subscribers can book a Walt Disney World hotel room starting at $99 this summer. So Disney Plus subscribers can enjoy savings with great rates on rooms at the select Disney Resort Collection hotels, starting from $99 per night. And this is offered valid. This offer is valid on 2-night stays or longer, from June 29th to July 31st. I think they're trying to get people to this resort.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, all-star resorts, sports resort, okay, that is a cheap motel, but $99? That's not bad.
It's not bad. $299 for a family suite? It's not bad. $229. Oh my gosh.
But even better than that, $339 per night for the Savannah view
room?
at the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Wow. Okay.
Like, they're trying. They are trying. What is this number? Like 10 of sales that are going on this summer now?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And there's sales out here too. We're not talking out here, we're just talking there. There's so many sales going on. Disney is clearly trying to get people there. That's also coming with, you know, Bags Inc. reopening and now Magical Express starting back up. They're doing everything they can to hopefully get you to come spend your money. I think it's too late for that, though.
Yeah.
Because again, as Jamie and I put it during the show, that Jamie was here. Justin agrees with us. Justin's a big fan. I'm a big fan of Disney. We love the parks. We have a great time at the parks. Some of our favorite rides are actually in Florida. Mine's an old classic. Justin's is a brand new. But as soon as you good?
Yeah. My internet went out for a second.
Oh.
What are we talking about?
I was you broke my train.
Choo-choo.
No, so as we put it with Jamie, you know, Jamie's a big fan of the parks. I'm a big fan of the parks. Justin's a big fan of the parks. Some of our favorite attractions for Walt Disney Company are in Florida. Justin's being a new one, mine being an old one. As soon as we heard that Epic Universe was going to be selling single-day tickets, we all canceled our idea to go to the parks for a day and are now going to Epic Universe. So, if diehard Disney fans are doing that, you know, normies are probably doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
You got your boxing gloves ready?
Before.
You ready to duke it out? We're going to go over Pirates and Princesses. The Fantastic Four First Steps film under fire after actor comments. So, what did they say? During an interview with Entertainment Weekly, both actors talked about their versions of the famous characters. So we are talking about Sue Storm and Johnny Storm, okay? I know you're going to defend this other side. That's why I said have your
clickbait! Sorry.
What?
It's clickbait.
This is no.
Yeah, it is.
Really? Because I've read through even their regular interviews on Entertainment Weekly. This was just a better summary of it.
I haven't seen Vanessa Kirby's, but I've seen Joseph Quinn's, and it's not that big of a deal.
See, and this is why I said get your gloves ready, because I think it is. Let me battle it out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on. I'm going to back off. You know at least his. What is his statement, and why is it not a big deal?
So, from the quote and the thing, basically he's less of an asshole and less womanizing than previous film iterations of Johnny Storm. No.
Than previous versions is the way it's clarified, because it's also in the comics. Johnny Storm in the comics is a womanizer.
Sure.
And that is important. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Now, as she goes on to explain, if you played an exact 60s Sue today, everyone would think she's a bit of a doormat. So figuring out how to capture the essence of what she represents to each generation, where the gender politicals were different, and embody that today was one of the greatest joys of this. I've always been really interested in the mess of femininity. And how can you be both? How can you be how can you be all the things, not just the tough, invincible, powerful woman, but also a mother who gives birth, which itself which is itself a superhero act. I love these characters are real humans in a messy family who argue to try to work it out. In the further explanation, she goes on to explain that she does not want her version of the character to be, again, as she put it, more of the 60s Sue, that she is going to be more of a leader role because of who she is. Now, where I'm standing at, a way we get connected so well to most characters in books, comics, movies, video games is through character flaws and through growth. Okay, are you still with me?
Yep.
So, going back to Johnny Storm, in most iterations of him, he starts as a womanizer, he starts as an asshole. It is over time that he goes ahead and gets better. Those tropes of him is a character flaw. It is a character flaw that was very prevalent in the 60s. It is also a very character flaw that a lot of guys and such do grow with and learn to mature through. It gives you a piece of the character to connect to. When we look at Sue Storm, she is, in the original comics, very much a passive character in the first set of them. She grows into more of a dominant, without that being a weird word in this case, figure in it, and a very strong character because she gets to a point where she confidently stands on her own 2 feet and does not need Reed to keep taking the, their findings and such in front of her. These are flaws of the character that let us watch them naturally grow, that let us connect to them more on a personal basis and be more human with them. If you give me a book and the character is perfect on page 1, why should I read further into it?
Are you ready?
I'm backing off for a second.
Okay, so running with your book analogy, you're essentially making this viewpoint based off of the synopsis on the back of the book, because we haven't seen the movie.
No. Correct. However, let me remind you of most commentary we've had from actors in Marvel and other Disney Studios properties who lately have given us exactly what the character is going to be in interviews ahead of time. In the last 6 movies we've watched of Disney, the actors have told us ahead of time exactly how they're going to portray their character in an interview, which means she's telling us right here that she is going to be, and again, it may not be this case, but just based on the current past and such, she's giving us straightforward that her character is going to be already a strong, independent woman right from the get-go, which in the 60s would have been completely unheard of.
I think you're also missing context that this is not an origin story. It's going to obviously have the origin part of it with the flight, but the movie as a whole is not an origin story.
But then what's the flaw with the character? What is wrong with these people?
We don't know because we haven't seen the movie yet.
Okay, because I was getting my thoughts in such an order earlier. I'm gonna take a side tangent away from here for a second, okay?
Yep.
In my opinion, in the Marvel movies, one of the most impactful scene is Iron Man snapping his fingers to the I am Iron Man. Now, I'm sure you agree that is a very impactful, that's a very good, well-shot scene. However, for me, the reason that scene works so fantastically is we are seeing the callback to the first movie of the I Am Iron Man, in which he is a selfish, narcissist. He will only do whatever is best for him and boosts himself up. And here at the end of realistically his arc, that entire first set is really his arc. He has gone ahead and he has finally passed the selfish trope of him, his selfish character flaw, and finally come to grips with it, and is doing a selfless act which ends his life. If we straightforward, that is such you don't want to start your character in a part where they're not likable, but they need to be at this low spot so you can build them super high up. Johnny Storm, in almost every iteration of him, is not a very likable character. Straightforward.
I disagree.
Even the Chris... What?
I disagree.
That's fair. But in my opinion, even the Chris Evans version at the start of that movie, he is not likable. However, even in that movie, he grows so much that at the end of the movie, he is a normal person who just happens to have powers. I think if we cut the background of these characters to more of a minimalistic, flat paper, like Snow White, like Captain America: Brave New World, and we give us this little aura, Harrison Ford as Red Hulk. We give this just two-dimensional character. It's not going to be good storytelling, and it's not going to do anything. We shouldn't look at a trailer and be able to tell exactly how the character is feeling the whole way through the movie.
But we haven't done that yet.
Well, we haven't seen a trailer. Well, no, we have seen a trailer.
We saw
a trailer,
teaser, and it shows us nothing other than like Sue's thoughts on the family.
Other than she kind of goes ahead and cuts Reed off some to make herself more dominant. And
I think you're reading into it. I think you're reading into that too much.
I don't know. I don't think this interview of theirs is counterproductive for the movie. This interview, I've seen it online. I've seen other people talking about it. I've seen other reviewers talking about it. Everybody's all pretty much agreed. Great. This shows that Disney has learned nothing. It doesn't matter at this point that, yes, you're right. We haven't seen the character. We haven't seen the movie yet. The problem is, this is the exact same tropes, the exact same problems we've seen with every other Disney film, every other Marvel film of recent. And then the director's statement, is that one in this, really confused me. Because that's what I texted you about.
Yeah, it's always been in a separate universe.
See, that makes
since it was announced.
That makes no sense to me.
How?
Because I haven't looked into it, to be honest with you.
It's the multiverse saga.
Okay, but
how would it make sense that we have flying cars in the 60s, but not in the 2000s?
Because the Marvel Universe is already all a mess.
It's not.
The MCU? The MCU is a mess.
It's not.
We have characters that shift power levels continuously between the different movies, like Spider-Man.
When?
Brave New World, not Brave New World. Spider-Man, Captain America, Civil War.
Okay.
Straightforward, he is still getting used to his powers and such. However, he is a stronger character than Cap, who owns him. And then the next movie, all of a sudden, he is super strong and can handle anything again.
Did we watch the same movies?
Do I need to pull up the clip of him getting destroyed by Cap?
Yeah, and then he barely wins against the Vulture. He almost gets killed in a warehouse that gets dropped on top of him.
He survives a warehouse getting dropped on top of him, but he can't handle a punch from Captain America?
Yes, it's Captain America!
Captain America's not stronger than a ceiling.
Different circumstances.
No, because now you understand exactly what I mean. Because now you're trying to use that as an
okay,
excuse.
but like that argument that the MCU is a mess, it doesn't make sense still, George.
We have certain times that technology increases in order to go ahead and give the characters what they need for the next movie in order, them not to have access to that technology to cause the conflict of why they have to go ahead and call the Avengers or whatnot.
Like what?
Tony Stark in almost every movie, he causes his own problems because last movie he had the technology to do it. This movie he doesn't, so he has to rebuild the technology from last movie to catch up to where he currently is. Even in his own suits.
How does that translate to flying cars and no flying cars?
Because this world doesn't make sense of how technology progresses or how anything continues correctly in the right timeline. On top of that,
I just think you're wrong here.
I mean, that's fine. I could be wrong. I don't care to be wrong. You know that. I don't understand why we're back to the multiverse saga again. We keep stepping away from it. We keep getting announcements from Marvel that they're done with it because it keeps failing.
They've never said that once.
One second. Because I remember from, it was at one of the D23 interviews. I believe it was Kevin Feige himself who said it, just so you know. Why do you have his interview chopped up so much? I don't know. I don't see it. I'll have to look. I remember reading it, and I remember also watching the article or watching the interview from D23. I believe, again, it was Feige that went ahead and makes the comment. Because the problem is the entire saga was having issues after issues. This is after King the Conqueror was dropped. And he pretty much admits right there that they are dropping the multiverse and pretty much ignoring that aspect and trying to go back to their origins of the movies because it was such a mess they could not get them to go forward. And every movie they were coming out with, King the Conqueror being one of them, was having too many problems. And as they put it, they were having a hard time in the writer's room getting this all to work and keep quality control high. And we've seen writing in these last few movies pretty poor.
I think you're construing multiverse with Kang, because that I believe did happen. But multiverse as a whole, no, because that's entirely what Secret Wars is about. And we've always had Secret Wars on the docket.
I don't know. All I know is based on the article we were talking about, based on the interviews I saw from them, based on the way they were acting during the interviews, I already did not have a lot of hope for this movie. I was hoping it would be good, but I did not have a lot of hope. And based on what we had seen so far, we'll still go and review it. Honestly, I want to see a full trailer again, not just the little trailer we've had so far. I already brought up my issues we had during our trailer reaction to it. Because again, I felt like it did not feel finished, and there were issues with the trailer, and even you agreed on issues I was bringing up.
They had barely just wrapped filming when they dropped that, like 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. However, if you knew you were going to be doing the trailer drop,
I'm not arguing for it. I'm just saying.
Because also,
I'm saying it was a bad call to drop it that early.
No, yeah. Because also, again, this goes back to more issues we're seeing with the MCU is just they're so eager to just put everything out there because they're trying to avoid leaks. Don't care about the leaks. If the leaks happen, the leaks happen. Wait till you know what product you're going to be releasing, because we got that little teaser trailer and they're already in reshoots. So what was not working at that time, which may be being changed already from that teaser trailer. I also then will say, going back to this argument, and you making your statement that this is not an origin movie, which it's not. We've read that. However, if you make the name Fantastic Four First Steps, that is an origin title. I'm going to treat this as an origin movie.
Yeah.
Because you are staying right here. If you don't know these characters, this is where you start.
Yep.
Any other comment?
Oh, I can't defend that one.
How much am I being overly analytic of that interview, and how much are you being too much fanboy on that argument?
I don't think I'm being very much a fanboy on this one. I just think it's just the internet overanalyzing an interview. Now, I think there is some merit to like Sue's argument, because like part of a lot of her character is the struggle of being a mom and being like the anchor point of the team, essentially. So we'll see what they do with her, really. And like they like she says, she's basically milquetoast for like the first 10-15 years.
Well, yes, but you can go ahead and still portray the character and still portray them becoming more of a dominant role in a movie, and not being over a 10 to 15 year, time period.
Yeah.
But to come out and just be like, I'm trying to be careful with how I word this, but I kind of want to word it this way. Do not take offense to anything the way I word this. This is just straightforward, the kind of sagas and movies that we're going through. It very much feels like I'm the girl boss power move, and girl boss leader of the group.
I think it's more. I don't get any of that dominant say that you're bringing up, but I think it's more so they're trying to be like, look, we're not the 2000s Fantastic Four that had really bad adaptations of our characters.
No, they're just going to be the 2020s bad adaptations of society and the characters.
We'll see.
That's how I'm reading it, and that's how I think everybody else is reading it, and that's how everybody else is hearing the interview. Even longtime fans of the character have gone ahead and come back up and posted. Her third artist, okay, for the comic series, came forward and said straightforward after the interview, this tells me here that Marvel missed the mark on our characters that we built over years. Her artist, straightforward, that's a person I'm going to take respect of, and who worked on the comics. I think he did it for 10 years.
I don't know. He just draws it. He doesn't write them. That's my opinion.
No, but he works with the writing team. He works with the story team. The writers went ahead and the second set of writers that were working on those ones have even come forward and talking about how they're not looking forward to this next movie.
Do you remember his name?
I don't off the top of my head.
Okay.
And it was on Twitter. I saw it.
Of course.
Yeah. So who knows if any of that is actually fully real.
Mm-hmm. What do we have next?
Yeah, because I can't find it. I was trying to look it real quick. I'm sorry.
You're good.
This is going to a lighter topic. So light that the man forgot his clothing. Coming from Disneyland news today. Video of naked man climbs atop Tiana's palace structure at Disneyland. So, I got sent this video on Instagram from one of my friends 5 minutes after it happened. Like, I had this on the docket at that point. Like, we had to discuss this. So, on the evening of April 12th, 2025, a naked man climbed on top of one of the structures of Tiana Palace. We are not going to show the video.
he is how do I say this PG?
His Lyndon B. Johnson is fully hanging out.
His Lyndon B. Johnson is out, and he did not care who saw.
A video of the incident was posted on Instagram by Merino Valley Matters. Viewer discretion is advised. However, the clip caption, I don't know this character. So this is the main clip that started, and this one is from over towards what's the current name of it? Riverbell Terrace.
He got that far?
No, that's how far the clip was because security was trying to push people away. No, he had and it's a really bad grainy footage because they get turned around real quick. We could probably show that one, but we're not going to play with YouTube. Okay, all the links are covered right now, which is fine. However, according to ABC yesterday, he has been arrested, obviously. But it sounds like he did not start off at Tiana's place naked. He started more towards the Haunted Mansion somewhere, made his way to that, and then climbed up. Dude was on something. I don't think this article goes into it, but in this video, cast members are directing guest traffic away from the area and apologizing for the unfortunate circumstance. Commenters on the video were also in the area. One commenter was at the New Orleans Square train station at the main as the man was climbing the staircase up the structure. They claim he was screaming as if they claim he was screaming as if he was Peter Pan and threatening self-harm. The man apparently jumped down and then attempted to climb a tree before security guards surrounded him. The commentator also claims the lamp was broken as he climbed down. So yes, they did not have any other situations, but the second time of a man being missing clothing at Disneyland since 2023. What in the world is going on?
I have something to add to the docket, but we can throw it at the end with One Piece.
Okay. What is it?
FanFest.
Oh, yeah, FanFest. FanFest! Right. We were supposed to talk about that last week.
Well, I'm glad we saved it because, well, let's get into it now since we're talking about theme parks. So as we may have talked about,
hold on. This disclaimer should not be needed at all. In fact, we're gonna push you to the background to make it even more serious. Leave your clothes on at a theme park. There we go.
Please do. I don't want to see your Mickey. I barely want to see normal Mickey. I don't want to see your Mickey. Anyways, as we may have discussed before, I think we have brought it up. We're going to Universal Fan Fest nights.
We're not going early on, unfortunately. We will be doing a vlog that night.
We're going like what, 3-4 weeks in? So
yeah. The nice thing is they'll already have some of the issues figured out.
Exactly.
Because
and then also keep going, sorry.
Because it does sound like from what people have been talking about that at least from the back end of what I'm seeing, they announced everything. They did not logistically figure everything out ahead of time. So now operations is having to figure out how to make this all work. Also gives me time that I might go ahead and finish a red vest. And bring a hat that's not right next to me at the moment.
I know what I'm wearing, but anyways.
What are you wearing?
What do you think I'm wearing?
You're wearing your vest?
No, I'm going to wear my... Oh, I could.
You can wear your vest and shorts.
Wear my vest and shorts. I have to find
And then you got your hat.
Yeah. Either that or Frankie.
Do Frankie, because like I said, I should have time to go ahead and get my vest done, and
yeah,
we'll just do that.
All right. But today was the merch drop, the first merch drop. But back to what I was saying about how it's better that we're going on later on. Even for Hollywood Horror Nights, they typically figure stuff out more the longer the event runs, and also there is potential that they could be adding stuff.
Yeah,
that wasn't at opening night.
And like Oogie Boogie Bash at Disneyland, if you plan on going, we did get that announcement. We didn't add that to the docket. There's 30 days this year, or 31 days, something like that. Yeah, they're doing a ton of them. If you are thinking of going, it is cheaper towards the start of the year. However, it is more efficient.
And it's
towards the midway.
If you go midway, yeah.
You don't want to go at the end because then you just have a ton of people there for Halloween. If you go like that middle part of the period, they have all the issues figured out from the first few weeks, and they're very efficient now, and they still have a lot of candy, and it's going to be full because they sell out every night anyways, but it's not going to be as chaotic as it will be in the last few nights.
Yeah.
Plus, you get to skip the influencers.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to share my screen.
I've been buying you time.
I know. We're going to run through this Twitter account, Inside Universal. Thank you so much for your photos today. So they've decorated the main gate as they always do for their events. We got Luffy right there making me all happy. We got Yuji, and then the one ship, and the Red Dragon, the one ship, Hogwarts, Yoshi, and then the DeLorean.
Hold on, while you have that up,
yeah,
you heard about Orlando, Great Britain? Yes,
I did.
We talked about that.
Oh,
we talked about it the week you were not here.
Okay.
However, one of the notes that now have come out of the trademarks for the United Kingdoms, it looks like Back to the Future might be getting a land.
Oh wow, that'd be
dude. If that happens, that's pretty sick.
I thought they're getting a Paddington land.
That wouldn't surprise me. I mean, everybody's throwing a fit because we haven't seen any concept art for Harry Potter. They're not getting Harry Potter. No. Warner Brothers has an entire studio tour just down the street. They're not getting the Harry Potter land.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers is not giving up that property.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We have the banners up already because it starts next week.
Do you think we're going to keep the red carpet, or do you think it's going to be a blue carpet?
I think we're going to keep the red carpet. I'm
almost thinking blue, just because we have so much of the art for this event blue.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, they don't change this for like Horror Nights or anything or Christmas.
Yeah, they'd have to roll it up during while open.
No, they would keep it out.
Well, no. But to do the switch from the normal day to the FanFest night.
No, they would just keep it out. Yeah.
Okay.
I will be taking a photo with Luffy tomorrow.
Oh, are you going to the park tomorrow?
I'm going to the park tomorrow.
See, this is why I won't buy a pass, because I have nobody to go with on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yoshi.
You got some Yoshi merch, because Yoshi is the main Nintendo thing. Lots of like this. How do I zoom in on Twitter? I don't think you can. But lots of this like multi-print like that. My Chrome is not responding now. Please don't crash. Okay. Got a cute Tumblr.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's a lot of this print all over everything. Yeah. There's a nice button up that I don't think they have pictured. Because I have boots on ground today. And there was something missing from this Twitter account that I'm gonna have to find.
Was Daniel there?
Daniel was there today. Yeah.
It's sad that I can guess who was there.
And he was like, it's out. And I was like, okay, well, how much is this? How much is this? What is that? How much is this? Because I'm going to be making some purchases tomorrow. We got generic FanFest stuff.
Yeah, the future stuff, back to the future stuff is where I'm going to be at. That's pretty slick.
Oh, I like that too.
Just
some generic FanFest merch. Okay. Here's some of your Back to the Future stuff. Is it the 40th anniversary? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's ugly.
Yeah, that doesn't impress me.
Some D&D. Okay, I kind of like these. Dice cups. That's a cool hoodie. What the hell is that? Dude, you could buy a health potion. These are kind of lame. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. the hoodie's nice. I like the hoodie. But there's nothing there for me to buy yet.
10 forward bar. It's being set up for FanFest nights. I don't know what this is for. I didn't mean to click out of it.
Well, it's a bar, so I'm assuming drinks.
Probably. Oh. I think it's Star Trek. Yeah, it's Star Trek. Boo. Moving on.
Is it?
Yeah, I would say so. I think so.
Fresh watermelon.
How about? I don't know. Is Star Trek in our galaxy?
Locally grown. No. Well, it depends on which Star Trek they're talking about.
Star Trek is set within the Milky Way. So it is. I think this is the Star Trek bar. Because I know there is a Star Trek bar.
10 forward is Star Trek. I
Okay.
just looked it up.
Okay.
I just figured the art would be more newer, but more sci-fi-ish.
Some signage up for where the limited stuff is going to be. So at the Mexican restaurant is going to be the One Piece Sanji's Galley stuff, which is where we will be.
If there's anything special.
I'm getting the tacos and then Jujutsu Kaisen concessions here, which are stolen from Japan.
I mean, it is their park.
Yeah.
So not really stolen.
Some stuff fed up for Grad Night and I guess FanFest also. It's weird, if you ask me. It's a stage of some sort.
You sure it's Grad Night?
I don't know. It's just weird that it has like the date.
Well, because it's this year's FanFest.
I guess.
Yes, this is the first one, but they're probably planning multiple of them. The stage is probably for Grad Night, but they're probably reusing it for both because you are going to be set up during that period.
Let me see if there's more. Here's some setup on the Destination Hill Valley. Some little construction happening. All right.
Since we're not going to be able to see the actual clock tower.
What do you mean?
Isn't the clock blocked? The actual City Hall clock blocked up by the front facade?
Yeah, but the facade is removable. They might take the facade off.
It was during the park's anniversary tour. Somebody had asked, and yes, it is removable, but it is such a process because of how delicate and protected it is behind.
Yeah.
And they still, you can use those spots to film even current day episodes of shows.
Yeah.
And it's too recognizable of a monument now. So as they put it, they won't remove it. If they do, that's cool. And I'd be totally down and happy. I will go take pictures.
Yeah.
But I really doubt it's going to be visible.
I assume they're going to attempt to.
It depends on how much money they're being allocated to do it.
Yeah.
Because we're talking a regular studio crew going down there and properly removing it.
Yeah. We got a D&D archway in here. This is an eating area.
Huh.
Because this is that's Nintendo World right there, right?
Yeah.
This is a restaurant right here, and then this is a store. So I think this is like a pop-up, like
maybe a pop-up tavern.
Yeah. And that's it so far.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. I wanted to show you specifically the One Piece stuff.
One Piece. The food?
No, the merchandise.
Okay. Yeah, because One Piece, Wizarding World, Mario, and Back to the Future are the main categories I'll be looking at.
Mm-hmm.
The Yoshi stuff wasn't super big into, but I still like Nintendo.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think there are any. I don't know, but that shirt I was talking about isn't here. There's a far look to the D&D. Oh my god, why is it so far away? Oh, there we go. How do I change this? Okay. So, oh my gosh, perfect! Look at that. You have a little chopper.
We should buy Jamie a backpack.
Yeah, the backpack. I love that.
Look at tomorrow how much the price is, so I know for that because we'll buy Jamie a backpack for.
I get a discount.
I get this. I don't necessarily have the cash to send you tomorrow.
Okay. This bag, there's a bunch of them because they're from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
This hoodie's from Japan also.
Okay.
There's a pin set of the Jolly Rogers of the East Blue Jolly Rogers. Which I kind of want that.
I like that red hoodie down to your corner.
I'm going to try to pick that up tomorrow. Be honest. There's a little chopper lanyard down here I might pick up. But this is not all the merch also.
No, yeah. I'm sure there's going to be exclusive merch moved out that night.
I kind of like the shirt, but I don't want a white shirt.
Yeah, the only thing over there that I'm seeing that I'll probably pick up is that backpack for Jamie.
Yeah, I'll see what the bag is. If it's literally just like a canvas bag like that, I don't think it's worth it. But yeah, I might pick up that hoodie.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now we can move back on. My bad.
So, to finish out our heroes section of the video, We put the boxing gloves away. I don't think I ticked Justin off too much. He is a little bit more red in the face, but that was probably from him yelling at me back through the camera.
Oh, I was mad for a moment.
I bet you were. But again, all opinions, even bad opinions, are good opinions. We respect them. Justin just never has good ones.
Right.
Anywho, this week was Destiny's unveiling. Not
Finally.
A detailed unveiling. So we're going to jump and start with the Disney Parks blog. For Disney Destiny, explore the new experiences on board. This did take place on the Disney Wish. This is the first of the Trident class sisters. They're all direct copies of each other with just fine details switched out. So we have sailed on the Wish. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's a fine ship. It was not my favorite. My favorite is still the Magic. We will be sailing. Hold on. For retrospect, we have sailed the Magic, the Wonder, and the Wish. Your opinion of the three, which is your favorite?
I liked how big the Wish is, because like it's just barely big enough, and like a similar passenger capacity to the middle class, that it's big enough to get away from people, versus like on the Magic and the Dream, there's nowhere you go. Same thing. There's nowhere you can go. There's nowhere that you can go to get away from people, other than your seat.
I get that.
And that's what I kind of like about the Triton class. I just feel like the Wish is under themed comparatively to a lot of the other ones, which we've seen videos of it. We'll see it in person in November.
Correct.
We're going on the Treasure, which supposedly has fixed, at least on paper, that issue that we have with the Wish.
Yes. And we will be vlogging that. I'll have at least 2 cameras with me, because we're going to be passing it around, because we're also doing Epic Universe. There's also going to be, in our more direct group, 8 of us. In our entire travel group, 16?
Oh my god.
It's 25. It's like 16 or 18.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of us. And then at the moment, everything can change. Next year, I'll be doing a review on the Disney Dream. And he doesn't know it yet, but Justin will be filming a vlog and a review on the Disney Destiny.
Lynn will have some words for you on that one. That's our anniversary cruise.
Yeah, and you know Lynn, she normally says whatever.
That's our anniversary cruise. She's gonna get.
I'm not going with you. You're taking the camera and a microphone.
I know.
You don't even have to take a microphone. You can just take the camera.
We're Spider-Man.
But yes, this is what we're going to do, because this way we can get more of a rounder view of the ships. And we'll keep going from there. But you didn't give us your top pick of the 3 at the moment that you've been on.
Oh. It's hard to choose, because I like them for different reasons. Because I feel like they have different strengths. There isn't a buy all be all one is better than the others.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So, Disney Destiny, explore the new experiences on board. This is up inside the Hero Zone. What was that?
Finally.
Whether you're Team Heroes or Team Villains, Disney Cruise Line's newest ship has epic magic in store. Sure. From Cruella de Vil inspired piano bar to Disney's Hercules stage show, with the oodles of fun in between. You'll find the new adventures at C+, plenty of returning guest favorites. We still don't know. Well, no, we do know. How many nights is your voyage? You're doing a 4-night?
I think a 4-night.
Because you're doing the current fantasy run.
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's a 4-night.
As part of the media preview on board the sister ship Disney Wish, I had the opportunity to attend the Disney Destiny showcase and sneak peek behind the scenes. So, we first got to start off with talking about Hercules. So, this was the concept art for the Hydra.
Looks good. We'll see how it translates.
We'll see how it translates. I'm assuming it's going to be one flat set piece with puppet heads going forward.
I would assume so. That makes sense.
But I did like this. Pain and Panic, instead of just doing like little character costumes, we're doing regular actors and such dressed up.
They're going to be clowns. Yeah, I like that a lot.
They're going to be more clown style. We'll see how Hades translates.
I like the concept.
I need 1 second. Let's see. Disney Cruise Line Hades, because Disney Cruise Line has had a Hades before in a show. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, why are you such a small picture? Okay, it's not the greatest picture, but it is the best picture I see real fast. That's Hades from before. So it has not translated well before. We'll see how this new look goes. If I do think it's interesting, they're changing his robes altogether.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Hercules battling. Bless my soul. Disney Cruise Line is on a roll. We're going 0 to hero. Wow, how many more puns can you throw in there? This week with new epic lineup. Last summer, we announced Disney Destiny will debut the Broadway-style stage adaptation on the Walt Disney Animation Studios' Hercules. And I'm now thrilled to share the first look at the stunning new show that's sure to prove whose daring deeds are great theater for new generation Disney cruisers. Disney Hercules will stay true to the story and spirit of the beloved film with a fresh contemporary retelling centered around the legendary soundtrack. Featuring a celebration of iconic songs like Go the Distance, 0 to Hero, and I Won't Say I'm in Love, the show will present incredible live renditions like you've never heard before through new musical arrangements inspired by the soulfulness of gospel music with the energy of pop concert. In addition to all the songs from the film, Disney's Hercules will include the theatrical debut of Shooting Star, a heartfelt ballad originally written for the movie by Alan Menken and David Zappel. I don't think I've actually heard that one.
I don't think it was released.
I think it's on the original deluxe soundtrack. So it might be on Apple Music.
What? Maybe like a demo.
Maybe. Of all your favorite gods, mortals, and mythical beings from the movie, all of your favorite gods, mortals, and mythical beings from the movie will be part of the story, many represented in surprising new ways. Like the film, the muses will be the storytellers, and their over-the-top personalities will transcend vocal and transcendent. Vocals will shine on stage. High-fashion costumes designs will showcase the opulence of the gods of Mount Olympus. We do also have from
go back because there was a the last paragraph that you skipped over. Award-winning puppet designer right there.
Oh, award-winning puppet designer Michael Curry is bringing to life some of the tale's most larger-than-life creatures through jaw-dropping puppetry, building on the innovative designs we debuted with the Tales of Moana. What else have you done? I recognize your name. Why do I recognize you? Oh, Michael Curry's the one who also did for Broadway Sven for Frozen.
Okay.
The puppetry for Lion King for Broadway. The puppetry for Beetlejuice on Broadway.
Okay.
The giant. Why not I show you? I have the giant polar bear for the Winter Olympics. The Velociraptors. So
let this man cook is what you're telling me.
I think he has a little bit of experience.
Let this man cook is what you're telling me, George.
Yeah. Oh, Zario Cirque du Soleil, Uva Cirque du Soleil, Ka Cirque du Soleil.
Let this man cook. Let him cook.
Oh, Shrek the Musical.
You know what this tells me, George? You know what this tells
Nothing
me?
about Shrek the Musical?
Let this man cook. The Titans are going to be puppets.
The Titans are going to be puppets. I'm 90% sure of that. Like, we haven't seen anything yet. Yeah, so the European games, he did work. The Arab games, the Asian games, Russia, Vancouver, Salt Lake. So his group has been doing work for a little while. What in the Miley Cyrus? That makes a lot more sense as soon as I read. Okay. Well, like I was getting to, Disney Cruise Line blog did share the full stage presentation. I recommend it, or go read the article. They both are going over the same thing. The thing that the article does not give you, though, which we're going to borrow from them, is we actually have the first time of Hercules stepping on stage to sing for us. Can you hear me? Okay.
I have often dreamed of a far-off place where a great warm welcome will be waiting for me, where the crowds will cheer when they see my face.
Broski, what are you filming?
This is where I'm meant to be. I will find my way. I can go the distance. I'll be there today. If I can be
Broski.
I know everyone will be worth my while.
That arm is so important.
Barely.
I got to talk some because we got to be mindful of copyright.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the high note.
This is also showing their musical composition for it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Get it, boy. Oh. Oh, give me a second. Man. I know we have the high note. We're gonna go back a few frames and give it a second. But I don't know if I'm ready for the next section. Man can cook. Man can sing.
Oh my god. Who wrote for him? Please write more.
Okay. You ready for the high note?
Yeah.
Every mile will be worth my while. I will go anywhere to find where.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Dang. Like, again, we've gone over this. We're music backgrounds. It takes a lot for me to stop a song to just catch up to where we are. That is stunning. That is amazing.
I've seen that in person.
Yeah. Dang. Way to go. And again, beautiful belting songs. Voice. Hire people who can do, what you want them to do. Fantastic singer. I don't know if is he a Broadway singer?
I'd assume so.
I'm wondering if he's just one of somebody from Broadway coming and giving us a taste of. That's not the same guy, is it? No, that guy was born in the 70s. If he's Okay, I'm gonna start this mute. Stop it! No! Would you go away? How is it? Corey Bradford is debuting this lead role on the Disney Destiny and Hercules. No, he is the singer for the ship. So no, that he's just the ship singer. How did they find this gem of a singer?
Yeah.
For a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh. The other article didn't give us this.
What's that? Oh, sick. Oh, that's way cooler than I thought.
I mean, Hercules does have to get eaten by the Hydra. Well, in the movie, he does at least.
Yeah.
Then that's the scene. Okay. Then the Destiny's new restaurant, the Pride Lands, Feast of the Lion King. I am bursting with anticipation to dine in Pride Lands, the Feast of the Lion King, aboard the Disney Destiny, and luckily this evening provided a taste of what is in store. I was immersed in the restaurant atmosphere from windows overlooking different times of the day on the savannah to tranquil instrumental music playing in the background. Show director Paul Bryant shared, when you step into the space, you're transformed into the Pride Lands. Can you guys hear the soundscape? We really wanted to live the authenticity of the musicians and their instruments. So we've got our waiter outfits. They're fine.
All right.
I don't like that what looks to be our managers or maitre d' is legitimately the same one, just with a coat on.
Yeah.
Costuming, that's passable. You could have done better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Plates. This just looks like somebody went to Bed Bath & Beyond and just bought a set of plates.
Well, I was thinking World Market.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Same idea. The kids' play is cute. I like this.
I like the kids' play. I like the napkins. and the silverware being gold. I like
The gold.
I like everything but the plates
salt
here.
and pepper. Yeah, the plates is what's killing it on this one. I'm guessing popcorn bucket and sipper, but
Other way around.
Really? Huh.
Apparently, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
For eats and sips, I sampled 2 drinks from the Pride Lands Feast of the Lion King. Can you feel the rum tonight? A marvelous mango concoction, and smiley yet satisfying, a sweet gummy-inspired beverage, perfect for the kids and the kids at heart. So this is probably smiley. This is rum based on the flavoring. This evening's eats were inspired by the Pride Lands Feast of the Lion King menu, and everything was wildly delicious. Sure it was. For a closer look at the restaurant's menu, check out the Disney Eats First Look, which we will in a second. When you visit the restaurant on board the Disney Destiny, you'll want to keep an eye out for some special hidden details, specifically for fans of The Lion King. Principal production designer Jay Abuzi shared, there are things you're going to discover as you walk down the hallway. As you're entering the savannah, you may see characters in a carving on a wall. You may see silhouette light up at different times of the show. There is no end to the fun you spot. Again, this is going to be replacing Arendelle and Coco.
Mm-hmm.
So it is the circle around restaurant. Miraculously, you have the same kind of details the whole way down the hallway and in the show scenes on the other 2. They may just be adding a couple more hidden like Mickey's and such.
Yeah.
Looks like, I mean, we'll see what we'll look at the other. Looks like you got the mash, green beans, steak.
Maybe asparagus.
Might be asparagus.
I could not tell you.
That one I wouldn't have a clue on. This looks like a curry. No?
No, I think you might be closer than you think. I think.
Let's see. They're
just gonna skip to it.
Yeah. This food doesn't look that great. This looks like a very mediocre menu. So Nala's roasted pork tenderloin, black-eyed bean chorizo casserole, fried yuca, thyme, and pickled purple onions.
Sure.
I'm guessing this is that one.
Yeah, sure.
The pan-seared Berber spiced roasted chicken, jello rice, fried plantain, blistered tomatoes, and green heart. That's this guy.
Mm-hmm.
The Cape Malaya shrimp curry, and then the heirloom tomato concherbi.
Conchabari, yeah.
The pineapple upside down cake, and the warm chocolate malva pudding. Sure.
Yeah.
And then the can you feel the rum tonight and slimy yet satisfying. Okay, I hate to be this person. How long till the menu gets changed?
Yeah.
I'm thinking by the end of the first year.
Yeah.
Like not calendar year, but it's actual cruising year.
Oh yeah.
Because if it's by the end of the calendar year, it wouldn't last a month. But that's unfortunate. Which is it's actually really unfortunate because like the menu we see for Coco looks fantastic. The menu for Arendelle was actually pretty good.
It was actually surprisingly good.
I mean, the food may be good. We don't know.
It could be good. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah. And if you're gonna have like picky eaters in your family, it's not gonna be the restaurant for you.
No, not at all.
But at least you got tacos up on the pool deck.
Pizza.
We'll step into DeVille's. This is replacing on the Treasure, the Aristocrats bar, on the Wish, Nightingales. Sad that I can remember this stuff now. An evening at the lounge will be anything but miserable, darling. Cruella DeVille's infamous flair for style and wickedly bold attributes will be reflected in the lavish, fabulous, over-the-top DeVille piano bar. This looks amazing. If they actually get this to come out the way this is portrayed, looks amazing. Like again, it's this is all decorating. We can on the Aristocrats bar, we see this exact stage. Everything is these are mirrored ships. They're just details change. This is so pretty.
Yeah,
this is a very like luxurious kind of feel. I love this tray. We'll come down to that. I can't. Here guests will wind down in style with trendy martinis, chic cocktails, and glamorous wines and bubblies. That's fine. So, fashionista. Freeze-dried strawberry and banana-infused Patron Anjou Cristillo tequila and banana liqueur, agave nectar, and fresh lime juice, clarified with milk and chilled, served with strawberry shortcake popcorn. Nothing?
no, I can't drink it.
Sure you can. The Fearless Sir Galahad. Free spirits, non-alcoholic bourbon. What? That is a word I did not think I'd read. Non-alcoholic bourbon. Bourbon aged maple syrup. And Agosta bitters finished with aromatic smoke. Looks like a pipe.
Yeah, I think that's the point.
I think that's the point. Then the Sanctum will be replacing on the Wish, the Bayou, on the Treasure, the Skipper's Canteen bar. What?
It should have been the third bar.
This is an odd placement. I agree. This one is weird to me. So it is a Doctor Strange bar. We don't necessarily need to read all their flair. I don't think we have really much special into it. This bar is in the middle of a walkway, so it's hard to even do special things with it. Starting at the top, we got the Circle of the Cosmos, which is a Brunswick Ace Diamonds Gin, Verjuice Blanche, and fresh lemon juice garnished with lemon peel spiral. Next to it, we have the Vapors of Valator, Grey Goose, Altis, vodka, ginger beer, fresh lime juice, and butterfly pea flower syrup, topped with berry-flavored bubbles. Bottom left, we got stuffed waffles with custard cream filling, and then bottom right is stuffed waffles with mixed berry compost.
The waffles sound good.
Yeah, this bar's weird.
Yeah.
This ship, everything I have seen from it, besides Hercules, I'm very mid about.
I can understand that. Not this next one, though. Not this next one.
Like, I don't know. Sugar Rush still beats it.
I mean, yeah, but
Edna a la mode sweets. Superheroes need style and sweet treats. We headed to the brand new Edna a la mode sweets. So this is replacing on the Wish. It was Did it have a theme?
Was it themed? Oh, Inside Out. I think
Yes,
Inside Out. Inside Out.
It was Inside Out on the Wish. It is Zootopia
Zootopia.
on the Treasure.
Yeah.
And now it is Edna Mode. The Inside Out, I kind of got because it was kind of bing bong, and the flavors were each the emotions were a flavor.
Yeah. Zootopia made sense.
What made sense? It was based on the ice cream shop in Zootopia. This makes no sense. This is lazy.
Incredibles are awesome, and they need more representation.
This is lazy and just trying to figure out what to throw here.
I don't care.
And you don't disagree either.
Yeah. I don't
care. So it's taking on the futuristic looks, meaning they're going to have this little statue in the middle, and that's probably the amount of excess theming we're going with. We do have a couple new desserts. So we have the purple violet sponge cake with white chocolate mousse, purple mirror glaze sprinkles, and chocolate decor. I don't even know which ones these are. The double chocolate fudge cake.
Oh, they're not labeled. They were labeled in the post announcing them.
Oh,
yeah. So the purple one is obviously for Violet. The double chocolate fudge one that you're reading now is for Mr. Incredible.
Gotcha.
The vanilla marble with the white chocolate mousse red mirror glaze. I actually think it's the one on the.
This is the orange. So it'd be this one back here.
That's for Edna then. And then the orange one is Elastigirl. No dash.
Why orange for Elastigirl?
Because her. Oh wait, no, it's red.
Like,
yeah, I don't know.
when I saw orange, I was thinking Jack Jack.
Yeah. Well, it has the raspberry mousse though. I don't know though.
This is lazy. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Shortbread cookies, frostings, the treat. I don't care about this snack shop at all. Like, I'm excited about the Zootopia one. I was excited about the Inside Out one. I do not care about Edna Modes. And I like the character Edna Mode. That's a problem. Just as a super fan of Incredibles, and even he's over here. Yeah, this doesn't fit.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm happy. I'm happy with any Incredibles content.
Did you see this performance?
No, I didn't see any. I didn't know they held like a presentation. I thought they were just announcing this on Twitter.
There were different parts where we got the presentations. I saw this from Tim Trekker's video, not Tim Trekker's video, but I'm sure he did a full video. It probably is going live, knowing his schedule, probably tomorrow. But I saw it on his Instagram is where I saw it. And so they had, of course, their pianos playing on their beautiful new piano for the bar. Quella came out and he starts playing Quella de Vil. And so she's just kind of like interacting with the audience and eventually comes over and like grabs him and tells him that to stop playing. He'll never play in this town again. And then just like storms off and then gets stuck at the curtain trying to figure out how to get out and plays it all in character, just like flings her way out. It's fantastic. This performer, 10 out of 10. Bravo. Bravo. We talked about this. I'm sure the popcorn's the same. We talked about that drink. The Sanctum, we just talked about. Just talked about all the mode.
Spider-Man!
Obviously, the hero characters are going to be here. We do know the Spidey bots and Spider-Man are going to be on the tail of the ship. We've known that the Black Panther was going to be the atrium statue. I'm still very about that.
Did you see the video of them painting it though?
No. It looks good.
It looks so good. But they're also stepping away because it's not like a Disney animated character like all the other ones, right? it's not that golden finish type.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that. I like that. So that it distinguishes the two.
My problem is I like Black Panther, the character. I like what Black Panther stands for in the current MCU. Okay. However, I don't think he's correct for this ship.
For Destiny?
As a atrium statue. The
For
atrium
Destiny.
statues in all of these ships is always iconic characters who are now so tied to the Disney brand. So the magic is Mickey Mouse wavering the storm because it was the first ship. It's Mickey Mouse leading it. The second ship, the Wonder, is the Little Mermaid. Ariel is the start of the Disney Renaissance. Like, that is a huge part. The Dream is Admiral Donald because he is a Fab Five. The Fantasy is when Minnie Mouse finally becomes captain, so Minnie Mouse is the atrium statue. The Wish is Cinderella, which is a very much a classic princess movie. The Treasure is Aladdin and Jasmine, which is going back into that time period of the Renaissance. That one I'm not as sold on, but I get where it's coming from because of how important they are.
They're more playing, especially with these last three, they're more playing with the overall theme of the ship than picking a character that is representative of the time.
But I feel, at least when it comes to Cinderella, Aladdin, and Jasmine, they've been around the Disney canonicity of everything so long enough that they are very much established.
More than
Black
9
Panther.
years. Yeah. No, I get your argument.
I do I know what you put there instead? No.
Hercules, but like he's getting a stage show, so why are we giving him that much attention? You know?
Quasimodo.
I don't think that has enough brain power.
I mean, it has better than Marvel has had on the Trident class already.
I mean, yeah. But I don't think the general population goes, oh, we should book a Disney cruise. Let's do this one because Quasimodo is the statue of it.
I don't think they're going to go because Black Panther is the statue on this one either.
We'll see.
I don't book a cruise based on what ship had which statue.
Hey.
What?
I did.
No, you based it on what was on the butt of the ship.
Yeah, it's a statue.
I don't know. I don't know what to put here. I don't think this is the right one. It's cool that they are doing something different. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But my thing is, we were talking about, you know, the issues and such and fatigue with Marvel. What happens now if, you know, 10 years from now when if Marvel's still having problems, the Walt Disney Company sells Marvel, now you have a old IP in the middle of your ship.
Yeah.
That's a whole new statue you have to go ahead and rebuild the foundation for and replace.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm also nitpicking and being picky. We also got to look at the new atrium, which looks like the old atriums, except for different coloring. I like the treasure more.
They do mention in this blurb about the lighting package has been upgraded.
They added LEDs to the walls. That is correct.
We'll see how it looks in person.
I mean, it can't be worse than Epcot lighting. That still doesn't work. Did you see those photos?
Nope.
After their last set of repairs, they're popping back out of the ground again. and half of them stopped working again.
Mhm.
They lasted, I think it was 4 days, which is 1 day longer than before. So, I mean, we're getting better. So maybe by time the treasure launches, they'll have learned out how to install LEDs that these will last a month. Ooh. These are inside. There should be no problem with these. However, current Imagineering, we'll see. Yeah.
The overall story of the Disney Destiny is heroes and villains. So it just seemed like, wow, Black Panther would be so powerful in this space. Hi, I'm Jay Aberzies. I am a creative director on the Disney Destiny. The process to bring our Atrium characters to life really starts with a digital model. So we went with our partners to try to figure out what we wanted to see in the Atrium character. And we're here to put the finishing touches on Black Panther himself. We've already got a lot of the patinas on, cobalt to get that really nice, rich black colors in here into his suit. And then we have these beautiful purple accents in the tech lines where it sort of looks like he's kind of powering up and his suit is turning on. Then one of the last steps that we're doing is the silver leafings, which we're still in the process of finishing up. So they're a little bright right now. We'll do slack patina washes over top of them just to bring the character all together. You've seen him in comic books as a child, then you see him in the films, and to have T'Challa standing here in the Grand Hall of the Disney Destiny, it's gonna be just an amazing day.
Yeah, again, I mean, the statue looks nice.
It looks good.
We also got the murals for the bedrooms.
Some more.
What do you mean some more?
Because I don't know if this is all of them or not. If we
this is more. This is some of them.
Yeah, because we know Fantasia and Incredibles as well on here, but they're not listed in this gallery.
Yeah. So Hercules. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't like this one.
I think it's okay.
This feels, and yes, these are big, just printed murals. Like they do these in bulk. This feels though like cheap postcard. Like Mulan and Shang here very much just feel like they were like photoshopped into the middle of the picture because they didn't have anything in the middle. Do you see it? Okay.
Yeah.
I like this one.
This was a surprise.
Yeah. Like I like how the art style is different for the characters than.
That's who you would replace Black Panther with.
Yes. I would have put Merida in the middle. Yeah.
Yep.
Then we got the emblems for the rooms. So we have Baymax, we have Hercules' medallion, we have Sorcerer Mickey, because the concierge
Fantasia.
rooms is no?
Concierge is Incredibles.
Okay. Then this is the Bears,
Yeah.
and then the Incredibles. And then
I didn't see that shirt.
we got merchandise.
Oh my god.
This is the new style of the Spirit jerseys. We just picked up one.
Sorry.
We just picked up one on the Disney Wonder. So the changes on this is in the front, opposed to it just being the Disney Cruise Line logo. It is actually the logo from the stern of the ship. So this will be this will be Super Mini.
Cool. Okay.
Then the back, of course, is the name with Spider-Man swinging under.
Oh, I'm buying that shirt.
Oh, the shirt.
Oh yeah.
I'm not crazy about these.
No, you don't want them?
Right now, I'll pass.
Okay.
I'm a Mickey Mouse fan, and I'll pass.
Oh my god, those statues are so cool. I like those. I like Goofy.
This merch isn't doing it for me. This ship,
I like
this
those
ship is
ones.
very mid to me.
I want that ornament. Oh my god. Yeah. I want that ornament so bad.
Cape. Like, this doesn't do anything.
Cape.
It's...
Yeah.
None of that got me excited. And I will go drop a couple $100 on a brand new ship for new merch. Like, I have no problem with that. If I were on the ship and this was my merch selection, I'd be buying a Spirit jersey because I buy the ship named Spirit jersey on each of the ships. That's it. There is nothing else there I would buy, which is very unusual. Let's see what this look is. Is this worth looking at? Yeah. So
That's the inaugural collection. So it's that like royal blue with the gold.
yeah.
Just logo. Nothing special, really.
I kind of like this. I kind of like the Spirit jersey, not lounge fly.
Lounge fly?
Like I wouldn't buy it because I don't need a lounge fly, but
Yeah.
so you have
Captain Mini. I think
Did
that's Super Mini in the middle. Oh no, it's Spider-Man.
that's Spider-Man. I'm like, what are you talking
Hell
about?
yeah.
And the Disney logo collection.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like that crossbody. I like that gray hoodie. The gray sweater on the left side.
Eh. Yeah, like this collection doesn't do it either. The super character collection.
That's
These are ugly. Yeah, no.
Or Spider-Man.
That's it. The villains on the Disney Destiny. Oh, we don't really get anything into it. You'll spot some villains on board. In addition to the delightful DeVille Lounge, there will be a few other nefarious personalities to encounter. Loki, the god of mischief himself, Dr. Facilier. Plus, you'll be able to meet Maleficent.
In one of the ship's entertainment lounges.
Yeah, so that just means she can walk into she'll walk into a bar.
Okay.
Dr. Facilier is the one that I'm surprised by.
Yeah.
Because we've pretty much moved away from everything to do with the Voodoo Witch Doctor. But apparently he must be cool again, so we can touch back into the Voodoo Witch Doctor.
I'm not getting into it, George.
I never understand when we can use him and when we can't use him.
I'm not getting into it.
Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Walt Disney Imagineering.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Today we're here to do those final checks on the paint and the finishes of the character.
You know, the Stern characters are really that first indication that our guests get from the outside of all of the magic that awaits on the inside.
It's really fun to create these Stern characters. All of those little details, even though you see them from a very far distance, make up this amazing sculpture, and we want to make sure that...
By the way, this is another character I don't think should be on the back of the ship. And you know I'm right still.
I don't disagree with you, but I don't care.
It just really looks beautiful on the back of the Disney Destiny. We start with a sketch, and then we talk to our partners at Marvel and say, you know, what do we want to see? How do we want to bring this to life? Then we go to the digital model. We kind of get it all kind of fine-tuned, and then we go to a maquette. We do a little 3D print here, and we get some paint on it, and then we translate it into this beautiful giant fiberglass and metal piece. We're looking at highlights and shadows and taking a look at all the little fine details.
What I think is really fun about this one is that it takes a character that we've seen in so many different mediums and brings him to life in a brand new one. To now actually see him in this larger than life scale and to see him with the spider bots, it really is an evolution of the storytelling that is specific to the cruise line.
You want to know a fun little...
Why are we getting more Spider-Bot stuff?
Nitpick time. Why are we using the Stark suit instead of the new classic suit?
Nitpick time. Why are we using Spider-Man?
Because Spider-Man is awesome. Anyways, why is the blue too light? It's probably because it'll look darker from farther away.
Yes, and they're expecting sun damage.
Yeah.
And then we got a look at Minnie Mouse's new outfit. So in the nicest way, I hate this outfit.
Huh.
Like, I don't even just, like, not like it. I hate this thing. This is a jumbled mess of different ideas and random polka dots and changing of patterns continuously.
Yeah, there's too many patterns.
This is a mess. We brought every designer in the room. They all pitched in an idea. We said yes.
I like the boots.
I mean, at least the boots and the gloves go together.
Yeah.
That's like the only part.
I kind of wish she had a mask, but that's just my personal preference.
I hate this outfit. Like, on the treasure, I will wait to go explore Minnie Mouse, because I think that her outfit is gorgeous. I would not care if Minnie Mouse was walking by in this. I would just be, whatever. You do your own thing. And I know everybody who was at the presentation is all talking about how amazing and stunning it looks. No. Because, like, even the bow itself, it does not match like the coloring.
You know
like
how people complain about MCU outfits and how they're over designed?
Yeah.
This is actually over designed.
Yeah, because we're seeing like one set of patterns here, a different pattern here, a different pattern here. This doesn't even match the same pattern, so that's a new pattern. So in the bodice piece alone...
No, it's the same pattern. It just looks ugly.
No, because the ordering and such changes. So here we have a stripe on the band, and then it breaks across into the dots. Here it starts on the shoulder piece. When she moves her arm, you can see it up here. This is not the same piece.
No, it's just zoomed in.
Maybe you're right. Maybe they just blew it up.
Yeah, it's just ugly.
The sad part is it does not look like it matches. It does not look good.
Also, the video is it's just a bad video, in my opinion.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's go back. Like, why are her leggings like pink and blue dots?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
She has thunderbolts on her cape.
Yeah, her cape is ugly too.
And like, somebody sat down and said, "Oh, superheroes have medallions and such on them." And on almost every superhero, whatever medallion they have showing portrays to the powers or importance of the character. These are just thrown here. Those gloves look completely uncomfortable. it pads her hands out way too weird, and I'm sure autographs are going to be awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hate that cape. Like, when the cape is down and you cannot see the inside of it, the cape's fine. But it's the inside of the cape that's, like, killing it.
Yeah.
They can go away. I think that was it. I think that was the last piece.
One Piece time.
One Piece time. Synopsis.
Is there a synopsis?
I don't know. Is there? Not really. Again, as we put it last week, One Piece is a anime that's over 1,000 episodes. If you don't want to be spoiled, do never listen to any of our reviews, because at this point, everything is a spoiler. In this episode, we get to see
Kizaru
Kizaru.
fight Sentomaru.
And we get to see Rob Luce go to attack
Vegapunk.
and gets blocked by
Stussy.
yes. And then his fight with Zoro. And then Luffy finally joins the fight. And legitimately just leaps straight into and punches immediately Kizaru.
One of the most beautifully animated sections of One Piece. And it's over in 30 seconds.
It looks good.
I'm trying to find a quick clip of it.
Of the what part?
The Luffy section. I found it, but it's a vertical instead of horizontal.
Hold on. I have to change browsers.
Oh, I found one. Okay. No, man, I didn't.
Keep going. I'll look back here. No, you stupid thing. I hate Crunchyroll sometimes.
Oh, you're just gonna do that? Just show like literally like the last 30 seconds, basically.
You wanting from when he jumps?
Yeah. Because oh my god! Pig!
You do believe Kathleen Kennedy going to front center at Star Wars Celebration in Japan on Friday. You know, I've heard she is. Are we going to see anything come from it? I don't know. At this point, we were kind of talking about it last week. She might be safe for a year because of everything going wrong with Snow White. Let's see if this works. It does not work. I cannot do it that way. I tried. Oop. I think she should step down. I just don't know if we're going to see her step down. This was 25, yeah.
11/25, yeah. I think I have it. It's not the full thing, but I have it. Because I wanted it from when he jumps from the ship, but this will do because this is the main part. Ooh, and then there's another thing that I can add real fast.
24, 25.
How do I
Go. Mute.
Okay. Unless you get it. It's like right there.
We're using Straw Hat recaps.
Thank you.
We'll see if this. I don't know if this is going to actually show what you're trying to get.
He's kind of skipping around here, but I assume he's going to leave this part in. Yeah. He just speeds it up.
Well, because he did one video for the last 3 episodes.
But
Yeah. Legitimately, he gives no time for like. Normally, we've always seen Luffy talk and such. He gives no time. He just goes straight into it.
Here. That's where the episode ends.
Peak.
Brother.
This episode was better than last week.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to be.
Yeah, nothing happened last week.
Yeah. That's why they did 2 episodes.
Yeah. I'd give this episode a 4. It's solid moving forward.
3 because it only adapts half the chapter.
It means that they're probably focusing for your next episode, probably the whole second half.
You don't get it, George!
I'm imagining the whole second half is just the Kizaru fight. Yeah. Yeah. Which I'm fine if they're going to go ahead and split a chapter in half if we get an entire episode for just the fight.
Yes, sir!
However, I'm imagining, and I have not read that, Justin has, I'm imagining we do not see Dean and Kizaru's fight Gear 5. What?
What did I text the group chat the week that One Piece came back?
I do not remember. You said the Weekly Watchers one?
Yeah.
Weekly Watchers. The rest of Egghead is basically one big fight.
Gear 5 soon is what I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your number for the episode.
3 because
you 3. So you said this.
Yeah.
Even if Thunderbolts stop at 500 to 600 million, I don't think Marvel Studios is going to be a disappointment, no matter how people are trying to write off the MCU. I don't know. Marvel's not in a good spot. I'm sure Justin will agree with me on that.
I mean, it's hard to say that when the only film they released last year made over $1 billion. So it's hard to say that.
Correct, but out of how many movies recently that Marvel released, not Marvel Stony, have been successful?
I hear you.
So I don't think Thunderbolts will be the one to go ahead and make people look away from MCU, because I don't think enough people care enough about Thunderbolts. It's like Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, they did terribly. To me, they're fun movies, but they didn't do good. But they didn't hurt their universes because they're so niche. I think that's what's going to be with Thunderbolts. I think if Fantastic Four fails, that will be what destroys the rest of the MCU, in my opinion. Because that will hurt a lot of that last fan base that's still hanging out. Your rebuttal?
I'm gonna share this while it's still on my mind. What's that, George? Something you don't care about. Oh, it's so loud.
Are we going to get copywritten for this one?
Please?
Oh, it's JoJo.
It's JoJo!
Why do we care?
Because they just had JoJo Day this past weekend. You know, it's crazy.
We don't care.
Steel Ball Run anime! Hell yeah. That's it.
Sure.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm curious though of your opinion, kind of going with Kevin's statement. At what point do Marvel fans start to go ahead and turn their nose to Marvel?
I don't think there is a point. The people that we're going to have already.
Okay, we could have said the same thing about DC, but those fans definitely turned away from it.
Yeah.
So there is a point, because DC had to go back and apologize and restart everything legitimately.
They didn't, but they did. They decided to.
Do you honestly, don't be a fanboy, okay? Be a critic. Are you ready to be a critic?
I suppose.
Do you honestly think Marvel's in a good spot right now for Doomsday?
I mean, we've talked about this before. I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think so either.
A lot is riding on Fantastic Four for Doomsday.
Without you being fanboy, do you think Fantastic Four has the strength to do it?
I mean, yeah, it has to.
No. Not it has to. Do you think it could merit on its own Doomsday?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll still sit on the opposite side of the table with that one, but that's fine. I can see you have a comment.
I don't. You're wanting to argue everything tonight, and I just don't care, George.
Well, no, I legitimately, it looks like you were irritated about something, so I'm trying to be respectful and wait.
No.
Okay. Do you got any more comments about
Nope.
anything?
I gotta get gas. That's my comment.
Congrats.
Yep.
Get rid of a gas car. Go electric.
Where am I going to charge that? At the super.
You have an extension cord? Theatrical chains isn't going to turn down Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, even if it's all three bombs at the box office. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anywho, made this part of the video. Be sure to like, subscribe. Join us tomorrow for the final review of the season of Daredevil. And then join us on Saturday at a time that Justin's going to give us here in a second for our season review of Andor.
Oh, okay.
And then I did finish Andor. It kept bugging me why I thought I recognized the actor.
Which one?
Andor.
Okay.
I know why I recognized him, and I realized this before I got through, like halfway through the season.
What?
He's in Rogue One.
George,
What?
this whole show is a prequel series to Rogue One.
I didn't know that. I didn't do any research on the show. But legitimately, okay, hold on. Legitimately, since I did not know that at first, I was more actually curious about the character and curious about the antics they were getting into. I knew he had to survive the season because there was season 2. As soon as I realized that, oh wait, you're the main character for Rogue One, I immediately did not care about this character anymore.
That's fair.
And that's just because there was no tension.
Yeah.
Like if this show had come out before Rogue One, then cool, because you're like, oh, what's going to happen? But
Yeah, there's no tension.
as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, he's got to survive everything that he gets into. But we'll talk about more of that on Saturday.
Probably around noon.
That's fair. I've got to come up with a number for the full season for myself.
So do I.
Which is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Because part of the season was good. Part of the season existed.
It really drags. We'll talk about that on Saturday, though.
We'll talk about that on Saturday. But we will be doing the full season review for Daredevil. That's going to be a little bit tomorrow night. Then on Tuesday, we're back for Popculture Jungle to talk about something.
Just realized I'll be at Universal tomorrow night.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
6 p.m.
We'll see. Might have to move that to Saturday.
No.
Yeah.
Anyways, till next time, guys. See you later.
Bye.